But first, summer may be dwindling down, but it doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to your hard-earned beach body. It's a situation we all go through, including the stunning TV host Maria Menounos, who just a few years ago was 40 pounds heavier than she is today. Well, now she's sharing her slimmed-down secrets in her new book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. Take a look. What inspired you to write the book in the first place?
Well, it was a follow-up to my first book, The Every Girl's Guide to Life, and I got so much great feedback from that. And there was one chapter dedicated to my 40-pound weight loss journey in there. But I couldn't put everything in there because they had already had me cut 30,000 words from the book because it was so thick. I'm like, but they need to know this, and this, and this. And I love sharing information. So I decided to write The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness so that I could fit everything in. I wanted to include every single moment, every single piece of information for my journey. So now anybody who wants to lose a significant amount of weight knows exactly how I did it. I really look up to my dad, and I think that when you're almost 70, a couple months, and you've had type 1 diabetes for like 45 years and you have no side effects, it's a complete miracle. And I say miracle, but at the same time, he worked so hard for it because all he ate was pure fuel, fruits and vegetables, very minimal carbs, very minimal meat his whole life. And when you see that he can still play full court basketball, he can still be super active, he's got a great figure, and he's super healthy, I'm like, that's what I want to be like when I'm 70. And when I see people even 20 years younger than him, they're
not the same.
They're like 30 years older than him. And I think you can never start too young. And where I caught, a lot of girls' attention with the first book, and really women of all ages really loved the first book, I said, really be great to impart the message of let's aim to be healthy, not skinny, and try to get women in the mindset of let's focus on it now so we don't get there.
Your book actually encompasses not just recipes, not just stories of your life, which I loved reading, but also fitness. Mm-hmm. And you work with your trainers, and you put a lot on working out and being fit.
Well, I don't actually have a real fitness routine. My friend Andrea Orbeck, who's featured in the book, she and I worked together for a few months in between a deal like 10 years ago. And I may have seen her this many times since, in 12 years, literally. But I love her, and I love her approach, and I wanted her guidance in the book because I'm not an expert. I didn't want to show people things and maybe potentially have bad form in a picture and not have noticed it.
Yes.
So I was really careful about that, but I get my fitness in throughout my day. I at least get my 10,000 steps, if not more. I'm, doing squats while I'm brushing my teeth and, doing a few minutes of yoga in the morning to kind of stretch and get my body. I'll do it at night in bed if I'm too lazy. I get it throughout the day so I don't feel like I'm having to be a slave at the gym because I don't like the gym. But the Every Girl way, and what I talk about in the book is, if you like the gym, great. But if you don't,
find what
stop
you like.
Forcing yourself to do things you don't like. I love playing basketball. I love hiking with my dogs. I love hiking with my friends. You make something social, a benefit for your fitness. It's a no-brainer.
I think you said something very important. You said, let's go for health, not being skinny. Mm-hmm. I think many women make that mistake. They start dieting by starving themselves, cutting things out, the no-fat, low-fat, which I find the worst diet ever, to be skinny. How did you figure that out?
Well, trial and error, because I tried every diet there was. The grapefruit diet, the coffee diet, all of those things, and they lasted a day or two, if not less.
And then you're too hungry and you just had to eat something.
Yeah, and I think, when you're desperate, you make poor decisions. And so with my approach, I really just said, I'm not going to say I'm on a diet. I'm not going to tell myself or anyone else because I didn't want to set myself up for failure. I'd done that a million times. I'm just going to quietly make teeny changes. So instead of my full bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, I would cut half of the top half off. So I'm still eating it, but a little less. So it took 5 months of doing that, not thinking about it, not weighing myself, not doing any of that, and 20 pounds were gone. So if someone can actually think about it in that way and have some patience, that's how you're going to maintain it and keep it off.
People who need to lose weight need to change their lifestyle.
Yeah.